Me now. Yes, I believe you can hear me now. So let's start again. Yes. Okay. Okay, you can hear me now. Once more, my name is Maazi Ezeoke, and welcome to this evening conversation, and welcome to my Friday Hangout. My Friday Hangout is where we relax, where we talk about serious issues, injecting some level of humor. If you haven't got anything to drink, go grab something. I have something here, very freshly tapped. So, and I'm going to be blessing the tapper of what I have in my hand. So, whatever you drink, be it water, be it red, white, green, yellow, whatever, small, big, medium, grab it. But don't grab it like those that grab and run. Grab it and come and sit down. Okay? Grab it and come and sit down. What I don't want you to do is don't tell me that that is not going to be accepted, right? So if you tell me that you don't want to grab anything, I will tell you grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. So, people, inform everyone we are here, and we are direct, we are live. To start with, people, there is, the planned protest is going to happen, even if they, whether they like it or not. And these protests, a couple of minutes ago or hours ago, how long was it now? That was about 5:30. The IGP, that is the Inspector General of Police, eventually gave the nod, that is the go-ahead order for the protest to eventually take place. You see, that is what resilience can do, because the young people of Nigeria are not giving up, and they don't even want to listen. So if they want, make them not approve. If they want, make them approve. It must go on. Now, and the reads finally, IG finally okays hunger protest. Give organizers conditions. So what are the conditions, you may ask? Bear in mind, before now, last week, no, this week, there was a bill that was, the amendment of the Police Act was rushed in the Parliament. Not so many people were aware of this. What it means, what the president has done is to give he amended that act to give him the right to extend the tenure of the Inspector General of Police. You may know the IG, tenure is already elapsed. By this, the president is going to be extending this tenure. This is the first time the IG will be supervising and superheading a a protest. So it behoves on everyone, all eyes on him, to see if he's going to live up to expectation or if he has remnants of cons in his pocket. We don't know. Whatever that is, we will see how that plays out, people. So the bottom line here is that the IG, we can now see that this protest is now going to go on. This protest here, the Inspector General of Police, Ode Egbetokun, on Friday today, asked all group planning to carry out the proposed nationwide protest to submit their details to the commissioners of police in their respective states. I don't even know how these people think. This has been done by the virtue of the fact that those planning the protest submitted their names, and most of them got a reply to tell the police which routes they are going to be taking. And they did that. So, what it's so fantastic once more on this. Speaking to journalists at Force Headquarters Abuja on Friday, the police boss said the demand were made to ensure that the protest was peaceful. Of course, the protest is expected to be peaceful. Now, and again, he went further to say other guidelines, according to him, are stating that the proposed protest route, like I said before, and the assembly point, expected duration of the protest, name and contact details of protest leaders. Obviously, we know that the last part For the most northern people that they asked and they submitted this, many of them were eventually arrested. But again, do many also don't bother? They still want to come out to protest, irrespective of what the government thinks. Now, people, having said that, a lot is actually happening in this space. Earlier today, many of you that have been asking about Aisha Yusufu. Earlier today, Aisha Yusufu actually released a video, and that video where she spoke. So, let's hear her out. And she actually spoke on the same issue that border on the protest, right? Just the same kind of argument that I have been making time and time and time again, that protesters don't destroy anything. This protest, there is no intention to destroy anything, just like NSAS. NSAS had no intention to destroy anything. If any property was destroyed, it was destroyed by the state. If there was no mass killing of people or mass shooting, massacre, however you want to call it, on the 20th, if there was no mass shooting, there would the toll gate and the BRT buses would not have been burned. It's as a result of people seeing their comrades shot, killed, and even that led some people to really say, okay, in that case, if they want mad, make all of us mad. Because in 2021, in 2012, nobody died except one individual that died as a result of accidental discharge, as the police says. So let's listen to
The
Aisha.
military is coming out to say that they will not allow protesters to burn down a country or do whatever, however, whatever. Protesters don't burn down, never burn that country. It's terrorists that are burning that country.
Yeah,
Terrorists have been destroying Nigeria, killing people, destroying our properties and all of that. And Nigeria has given you money again and again and again to go and fight them, yet you've been unable to fight them. Corruption has been so rife in all.
corruption has been so rife. Those we pay money to go and fight terrorists are not fighting
The
terrorists.
things that you guys are doing. Men on
Obviously, I believe many of you would definitely agree with position taken by Aisha Yusufu here. I mean,
our foot soldiers have complained severally how their allowances are being denied them. They are not being paid. They are not being fed very well. They are not being taken care of, how sabotage has been going on. So the military should focus on itself and focus on the fact that there have been a lot of sabotage, and they contributed to crippling Nigeria and putting Nigeria, where it is. The protesters is not their business. People have constitutional right to protest, and people are going to protest when they protest and how they protest within the ambit of the law. So it is not the business of military to come out and be talking nonsense and be making statements. You dare not make statements. It's because we have a country that is upside down. That's why you leave your barrack that you're supposed to focus on and come and be putting out in civilian discussion. This is not, we don't have military rule in Nigeria. This is not the time of decrease. It's so disrespectful that we have, the Nigerian military will come out and be talking nonsense to citizens. Every day they are being dared by what do you call them, terrorists, yet they do nothing, yet they sit down there, yet terrorists are killing them left, right and center, instead of them to go after the terrorists and actually
hmm,
deal with them, protect the territorial integrity of Nigeria. The Nigerian military would rather sit down and be denying, debasing, dehumanizing their own soldiers, denying the fact that they were killed or injured, lying through their teeth all the time, coming out to recant statements. But it's when it is time for protesters that the Nigerian military knows that it has mouth. The Nigerian military should stay in that barrack that is supposed to. Go out there, go and fight terrorists, go and fight bandits, go and fight unknown gunmen, go and fight kidnappers, go and fight all those elements that are out there that are threatening the territorial integrity of Nigeria, that are threatening the security in Nigeria, that are threatening the lives and properties of citizens of Nigeria. That's what the military is supposed to do. The military has no business with the protests that citizens are planning. Citizens have a right to plan protests. They have a right to come out within it's been constitutionally given to them. So it's not for them to come and tell us that, if there's any protest, if there's any whatever, yes, they know that the law allows it, but they will not tolerate burning. The only people who do burning is the military itself, is the police itself, is the hoodlums that they bring on. The military have been seen several times carrying hoodlums, carrying thugs that are going to come out and attack protesters. Protesters will be out there, protesting peacefully, doing the things that they're supposed to do within the ambit of the law. And then you will have the military will use their vehicles to convey thugs, to convey, the thugs that will go out and attack not only protesters.
Now, let me stop this video here. I mean, in reference to what Aisha was, or is rather here referring to, if you recall that during the NSAS, the vehicle that you see there, the pickup truck that you see there, is actually a police pickup truck. And that police pickup truck has there, in them, people who are coming to cause commotion. And these things, so when we say that whenever there is confusion, whenever there is commotion during a protest, it is state engineered. People who are lettered, people who are learned, except that they are all hungry, will leave their houses, come out to just stay one place, sing, make their demands, and the state is running helter-skelter to say that these individuals are causing mayhem. No, on video here are those causing mayhem.
Begin to go and attack properties.
You can imagine this is a police truck conveying, so that we don't forget, 4 years ago, police truck conveying
the
people.
Nation. So please, focus on what you're supposed to focus on. Focus on the job. The trillions of dollars that have been given to you, how many years? Over a decade to fight insurgency. You've not been able to do that. The Nigerian military, instead of them to be ashamed of themselves, instead of them to never hear them speak, every time to come out and come and say nonsense to us. You've been fighting ragtag army. Up till now, you've not won it. Why? Your soldiers have said that the officers there, every time that they are sabotaging them, when they want to fight the war, they are fighting them. They've not come after you, they've not asked you. I don't even blame you. It's the commander-in-chiefs that we've had in Nigeria that have sat down and not done the things that they're supposed to do. You sit down there, you've crippled the nation. We don't have investments in the nation. People cannot go to their farm. Hunger that is on land is partly contributed to the Nigerian military's failure to do what they're supposed to do, to go after the insurgents, to go after the terrorists, to go after the bandits, to go after the kidnappers that have not allowed farmers, to go to farms and farm. And that has led to the cost of living in Nigeria, cost of food in Nigeria, and yet the military has the audacity to come out and be giving us statements because they think we are their slaves. Do we look like slaves to you? Do we look like slaves to you? All of you. The military should be ashamed of itself in Nigeria. Look at what has happened. How many times have Tombolo accused the Navy of connivance? Connivance with the people who are stealing our oil. How many times there have been reports of the bribes that the chief of naval staff have collected? The Nigerian military has not done anything about it. Every time, do you know how much we are losing? We are losing on the oil stealing that is going on, the oil theft that is going on. That is supposed to be the wealth of the nation, and you dare to come out and tell us nonsense, and you dare to come out and tell us that citizens cannot protect. You will not allow. Go and face the terrorists that are every day they are daring you. Shameless bunch of people. Look at military in other countries. They will say their allegiance is to the constitution. No executive, no president or illegitimate president will command them or make them say anything. They stand for the people, they stand for the nation, they stand for the constitution. But this shameless Nigerian military that we have, they stand for nothing other than themselves and their big pot bellies and their pockets, and whoever it is that is president and the ruling party, whether the president is legitimate or illegitimate, that is what they stand for. And you dare to come out and tell us all sorts of nonsense. Part of the problem that we have in Nigeria today is due to the Nigerian military.
Oh, Aisha, at this point, so many, I think the people who have snatched it, who have run with it, they can only do one thing. At this point, there will be.
Today, I want to declare without equivocation. Sorry, please. Declare.
So they will be declaring. Now, at this point, since you have, you've given them Win Chong Wu and Chang Wen Ching, there will be, nothing more, nothing.
That is okay. But let me explain. No, it's okay. It's okay. Let me explain. It's okay. Now. It's okay. You must not allow the two children to access the budget every year. It's okay. Up your mic. It's okay.
While we are offering the mic, in the National Assembly, there was this issue of money.
And 11 billion.
Money got to a certain level that even the Senate president could not read to us the amount of money. The money was so big. I will not see this alone. See with me.
1,911,844,000,000. 1 trillion. This money is too much for me. 1 trillion. I hope that is out of the record. 1 trillion. 911 billion. 1 trillion.
There is, when they call this money, somebody head go scatter. Someone would, in fact, he will begin.
Before I go on, let me postulate from the Franz Fanonian dictum, which stipulates that the dialectics of reconciling two conflicting ideas is the algebra of revolution. The overbearing.
See, and that is what happened here. The Transfananian dictum was so confusing to the Senate president. At some point, he felt like this is a road. We can't go back. We can't go front. We can't.
Before I go.
We can't go. It's just like the Sapele.
5 days, it is Sapele road. I know go back. I know go front. I know Giri make you go back. I know Giri make you come. The road you don't support. The people ask, I know Giri make you open the road. While I do no back, no foot, nothing. Government no look at the people. What you call government be this? I beg government, the beg pays. 5 days, it is Sapele road.
Government make us, we no go back, we no go front. Government make us the money. The money where they government too much, the money where they government too much. Government no fit. We cannot even calculate the money. To be honest with you, the money is too much. But again, let's come back on this. Still staying on this issue of protest or not to protest, right? Listen to this argument. I'm not, I'm just a messenger. Listen to this argument posited by this young man before I say anything else.
So currently now, we need to sit down and ask ourselves a question. Is it going on the street that will solve the problem, or looking at it holistically? People who want to go.
How do Nigerians? So, I've allowed you to be able to explain and give a picture of what the government of the day is doing.
By the way, do you believe that going on the street would solve any problem? Yes or no? Get the comment section. Let's do this. Do you believe that going on the street will solve any problem? Yes or no?
That might not be so vivid now in the minds of a lot of Nigerians. But according to you, they are structural. They are deep into the root of our systems and our institutions in Nigeria. But the question is that food inflation is reaching through the roof.
No, it's going to come down.
No, but no, we are not speculating on what will happen.
But
just for a moment. We're talking about what we can see now. Food inflation, headline inflation. It's almost about 10 points higher than what we have last year. Just a little bit above 20% headline inflation. Food inflation has gotten almost at the same level they are growing.
What created that is this.
Food prices are growing astronomically.
I'll tell you what.
The purchasing power of the average person is increasing. When you say they do not need to protest, what then would they do?
No, what creates the food inflation is simple. Transportation cost is part of the challenge. Now, that's why I was talking about structure. This government created what you call the CNG buses system. Now, it is to help public transport.
No, we have not seen those.
That is where I'm going. The government has released so much fund. That's why I came here. Fund and fund and fund to states. What Nigerians should be asking is, what are our governors doing? Because the federal government, like I always tell people, does not own an inch of land in Nigeria. Now, everybody says we are going on protest. But you look at it. What are we doing to actually solve the problem? Food inflation is high because transportation cost is higher because of the removal of fuel subsidy. Now, the president has released fund and fund and fund to states. What I would have been expecting people to do is to be asking our governors, what have you done with this and so funding? Nobody is asking this question. So going to now destroy more infrastructure, because we know what this will end up in. I was alive during the NSAS.
Now, you see, when people I said it yesterday, without missing word, and I will repeat it again. When people begin to speak like this, tell them hands up, search them. You will see either loads of corn in their pocket or remnants of corn in their pocket. The moment this man starts telling you that this protest is to go destroy infrastructure, that we don't have this, blah, 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 it means he has collected his own share. That's why he comes on national TV to tell you of what you know, that they are the ones promoting this narrative of destruction and anarchy. The youths planning to protest have not for one day used anarchy in their demands. They have only 10 demands suddenly since yesterday. It's trending 15 demands that includes Tinubu must go. It is coming from people like this so that they will discredit whatever the youth are trying to do. I think afterwards on the community section would actually share those demands here, right?
I was even part of those who were parroting it like every other normal person before we realized that it was hijacked. So the fear about...
Hijacked by who? Hijacked by who? Hijacked by you people, the same people, the same. Before now, because Buhari didn't let some of you come close. Now the presidency is now in your own backyard, and they are now giving you people agbado and corns, and you are beginning to talk like this, right? That the protest was hijacked. We saw it before now. Protest was hijacked by the state, using state money, using state vehicle to move street urchins to go and cause
protest is that. Ask questions. And I will ask this, I will also say this. When you say you want to do a protest, the essence of a protest is to bring attention to an agitation. It is clear now that whatever you are agitating for has been noted in the corridors of power. They are already addressing. So the protest is no longer important or needed because you have caught their attention. But now if you say you are going for more protests, these are the problems. They say end bad governance, days of rage. Now you say release Maazi Ezeoke, remove the Senate.
Wrong. The real protest does not have exactly what I said. The real protest does not have that. I shared that the real protest yesterday. They added all this one to make it look like, oh, it's IPOP, it's Ndibo, it is Southeast, it is South. No. Anyway, you guys know the truth. You guys know the truth. You know the people. You know that we know the people behind the protest. You guys know it. You know that the protest is over 70% Northwest. You know it. So why all this rubbish that you guys, I don't know. I don't know how this government actually thrives in commotion. I will play us a video again. I'll play us another video where this government is actually making this thing a tribal protest. They brought one useless elder. Let him make a video and say that this they are warning Idigbo is planning to burn Nigeria. I said we cannot be alive for 1966 will repeat it.
These are not sensible.
Well, that's a version that you have. There are other versions that are online.
No,
exactly.
The confusion. Yeah. No, these are the issues.
No, the confusion is being created by you.
Exactly do you want to be addressed? What do you want to be addressed?
So there are other ones that are versions that are on air. The reversal of the petrol pump price. And they are saying, take it back to 100 now.
Who will fund it? These are the reality. Who will fund it?
But you have said that cost of transportation is responsible for food inflation. So if you reduce
you don't have to reduce price. What you have to do is work on the CNG model. There are testimonies that are bound that people have cut transport fare or transport cost by over 60% if you move from petrol to the CNG system. These are the challenges. Now we are having problem with our refineries. We know clearly that none of the 4 refineries are working. Unfortunately, there are staff working in those places, and nobody is asking questions. Why are they collecting salary? Now, a regulator can now come forward to tell us that a private refinery is wrong. Meanwhile, there are allegations that this same man, Ahmed Farouk, owns something in Malta. These are issues that are...
Okay. Who is Farouk working for? The government. Who is antagonizing Dangote? The people in government. If you guys were serious, Farouk would have been suspended or even lost his job that same day. But up to now, nothing has happened. And if you go on Twitter, under Anonymous, the Twitter handle Anonymous, they are putting out some documentation, pointing out that this refinery in Malta, that since the inception of Tinubu has gotten over $2.3 billion in subsidy payment, that when you look deep into the ownership structure of that refinery, I heard with one ear that there is remnant of corn in it. I'm not going to say more than that, but you know what I mean. You get the gist now, right?
I expect we should be asking questions about, and we should be saying without equivocation that the DSS, the ICPC, the EFCC should not sweep under the carpet. So if we have a regulator who is not helping the matter but is exacerbating it, those are supposed to be the question. Ahmed Farouk and people like him need to be questioned because clearly these are the saboteurs that Nigerians should be looking at.
So who is going to
you don't have all of the facts.
No, I don't have all the facts. I just give an example. I said, look,
it's alleged.
It's an allegation.
It's not
they allege he own a fuel station. I don't know if it is true.
Anyway, that is on this. Now, to see what the government is doing, to show you that the government is, paying some people, you will now see adults walking around the street with guns in their pocket. When you see an adult begin to speak in this manner, know you very well that that adult has bags of corn in his pocket. Please, people, I've said it again. These are information that I know. These are things that I interact with. This protest is originating from the northern part of Nigeria. It beats me and it beats me silly that someone, just because you're from the southwest and you've been given a packet of corn and you are making such video, highly disappointed. I honestly pray and believe that a lot of people will debunk this nonsense.
Protest you. What I've been saying in Yoruba is that the planned nationwide protest is a strategy, new strategy by the Ndigbo to destabilize or truncate the democratic governance in this country, simply to fence their spleen on Yoruba nation. But they are not happy as they lost the 2023 presidential elections. They are not happy. And those who are canvassing for this insurrection, the felons, they are felons canvassing for this insurrection, are either Labour Party members or IPOB, the Igbo stock in that party. Why? So I want to appeal to the youth and the elders, patriotic citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to shun that protest. The protest is aimed at truncating the democratic process, and we should not allow that. Let us remember what happened in Kenya, what happened in Sudan, what happened in Libya, what happened in Syria.
So this one now, we will look at him and call him an elder. No wonder Dumeje said that everybody in Nigeria is an illiterate. What manner of elder is this? Looking at his cap, he just needs a pampas treatment or a pampas
Since
treatment.
the internal crisis broken out, things have never been the same in those countries. Why should we have, untold hardship on ourselves by some miscreant elements? Those who want to destabilize this country. Even if you want to destabilize the country, it is not the time that Yoruba is in charge. It will not happen. It will not happen by the grace of God. So those who are planning this devilish protest should please avoid coming to any Yoruba state. Take your protest to Abuja or your protest.
Now, what fails me sometimes when I watched these so-called adults spew this garbage. I only reported these to the DSS, but obviously just for formality's sake, because you know that DSS will feign ignorance. DSS will do absolute nothing because this is orchestrated plan. This is a low budget version of what Bayo Ononuga is doing. The protest hasn't happened though. The reason why I'm explaining this to all of us is for us to understand the trajectory. They want, the moment the protest happens, government attacks protesters, and there is an element of loss of life or anything happens, the next thing you will hear, oh, we said it Idigbo, Idigbo, it is Indigbo, Idigbo. If government understands what Kano, Kaduna, Bauchi is planning, they will know that they should take their eyes off Lagos and Onitsha, Edo, whatever. Go and concentrate in those states. Check the northwest, northeast state. That is where the cocoa is cooking, not here. This part, often salad day, people will just do whatever they do. But that is where the real deal is because they feel offended by this government. But the people you are mentioning, let me tell you, there is something that over the time, Nigerians, if we have gray matters in between the score, will come to realize in this country, in 2007, Buhari came with someone. No, 2003 came with Maazi Ezeoke. He's from a distant uncle. He's from Anambra State. Maazi Ezeoke, right? From Amici, Edwin. The Southeast never voted him. It's not out of hatred. In 2007, you came back again with Chubo Kadibo. The Southeast never voted you, not out of hatred. Even in 2007, Odumegu Ojukwu, that they revered so much, came out. They told him, Oga, go and sit down. That will respect you. Is not for this thing. They didn't vote for him. If it was hatred, they hate Ojukwu too because they did not vote Ojukwu. Who did they vote? Your brother from the Northwest, from Castina, Umaru Musa Yaradua, may his soul rest in perfect peace. A man of peace. They voted him. In 2015, he came with a pastor, Tunde Bakari. They said no. 3 times. They said no to you. They told Nigerians, we won't because this man is a bad market. And what happened? From 2015 to 2009, every section, both southwest, northeast, north, everybody was calling in the Igbo names. You play useless game. You put all your basket in one, all your egg in one basket. Blah blah blah. If you don't understand, when someone knows what fake is, you know fake from afar. 2019, Buhari had failed for 4 years. Colossal failure, catastrophic failure. What did you do? The same adults went in back when a man left you for 102 days in London, incommunicado. In all these, rather than tell him, go and retire, Baba, you have tried, go and retire. Prop up his vice, Professor Yomi Osibanjo, or maybe get someone from the northwest to continue to complete the 4 years. No, you didn't. You brought the catastrophe back again. He now destroyed the remnant of whatever was left. A very incompetent and a clueless human being. I keep saying it here, no apology. Why did it take you people, all Nigerians, many of you, why did it take you people 8 years to see what Igbo had seen since 2003 and said no? Why did it take you that long? Even when you said you made a mistake in 2020, in 2019, you now came back to repeat the same mistake. Why did it take you long? Fast forward 2023. Well, 2023, I will forgive all of us because I would actually say that Nigerians learned from their mistakes and they came and voted someone else. But in their nature, they grabbed it, they snatched it, and they ran with it. Now they've run with it. Here we are. We are now in trouble. They've run with it, and we are now in trouble. So when I hear something like this, for an adult to begin to lecture us, oh, that this is being done by Ndibo, that is as a result of because they lost the election. Okay, 2023 election was not an ethnic election. The people did not act because of the ethnicity. People acted based on competence, character, and capacity. Simple. But someone snatched it. Now, make it an ethnic protest is just something that doesn't make sense. Honestly, to make it an ethnic protest make it something that does not make sense. I know that there are people who also make argument as to what should be done and what should not be done. I can understand that. It is in fair journalism here, it is better you listen to all sides of the argument. Let the viewers make their choice. At the end of the day, I mean, you're not trying to influence anyone, but again, presenting the facts that they are, let the viewers make their choice. Here is the Deputy Speaker, House of Rep, in his submission, and listen to him here. And again, I know that people are jubilating about the Southeast Southeast Development Commission, but something occurred to me now, and I've been making calls. I have not seen details of that. I want to know the funding mechanism of that Southeast Development Commission. If this funding mechanism, quote me here, if the funding mechanism that is that money will have to come from the state government, which is against the spirit of Northeast Development Commission and the NDDC, then you know that many of us will kick against it, that is actually useless. And even advise the governors probably to go to court if should that be the case. That's my view. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
You know, why the protests, the news, the rumors about the protests, why it got to the highest point at the moment was because Kenya had an outing. Kenya is a small country compared to 240 million people. Kenya is a small country compared to Nigeria. We can't be taking examples of this kind of ugly outing, you know.
I don't know why. When they talk about this protest, the first thing that they talk about is violence. It beats me. It beats me. You can't be talking about this and you're talking about violence. And now they refer to Kenya. Oh, Kenya is a small country. Yet the small country is much better than the big country. The small country has better electricity. The small country, they don't drive the type of expensive cars you guys drive. Yet you compare them and you call them small
Compared to
country.
Nigeria. We can't be taking examples of this kind of ugly outing, from countries like Kenya. And I don't mean so. I said it on the floor of the parliament. They should copy from us. They should copy that when policies are laid out, that those policies take time to mature for implementation. And we should show them that there are non-kinetic approaches to resolution of issues rather than conflict, coercion, and crisis. Why are we the bigger brothers in Africa if we do what lesser countries do? What example are we giving to them? Let me tell you, if we carry these protests, a lot of other smaller countries will be involved because Nigeria has done that. We will not be doing only this nation a disservice. The sub-region will go into chaos, as well as Africa as a continent. We have to think about those who are watching us as their big brothers and look at the other way where the solution lies. Who told you that with the protests we will get our solution? A man who is intentional and deliberate about what he has come to do. All he's asking for is patience. It's a little time, because a problem of 16 years that was compiled while we live in the whitewashed sepulcher that looks so beautiful from outside and the rotten bones inside, living a lie. He wants to clear that. Let me come to Nnamdi Kanu. My words to Mr. President, as I've always said all the time, is that we are not forcing you. We cannot coerce you as a commander-in-chief. We cannot force you. You are our leader, you are our president. But we are appealing to you. In this same spirit of trying to heal the wounds of the Southeast, in this spirit of equity, in this spirit of fairness, other people like him who were incarcerated have been released. Extend this equity to our brother. Let him come out so that any other person that carries arm on the streets of the Southeast, we will be the one calling the soldiers and the military, the police, to shut them down because they are just common criminals. In an era where people are using Nnamdi Kanu as an excuse to slaughter Igbo men, this year work will not be complete only with the Southeast Development Commission. Complete the job, Mr. President. I appeal to you as your son, as a man who respects you so much, as your follower.
So you hear that, right? Now, what am I saying in essence here? People, the point I'm trying to make here is very simple. I find it slightly offensive that whenever the issue of peaceful protest is mentioned, it is only intentional from the government side that mentions anarchy, burning these, destroying these, never from the people themselves. I think it's time, they need to come off this. One thing is very clear: no matter what they think, no matter what they say, this protest is happening. The young ones are not backing down. I advised yesterday and I'm advising again, the best thing the government will do is to basically go out and say, we are going to protect you. That's all. The people are not asking for too much. They say, we will protect you. That's all. If you protect the protesters, you actually make the length of the protest shorter. If no one is short, if you start engaging as quick as possible, if, for instance, you start engaging on Twitter spaces, speak to the young people, engage them. 15 months into your presidency, you have never organized a media chat. People have never spoken to you, right? Now getting worse than Buhari, come on, in terms of media and communication. Anyway, and some will say, well, it doesn't matter because they didn't even, elect him. But no matter how you look at it, um, Wando, thank you very much. I'm just seeing your message now. You said that Olympic game is going on tonight. Okay, so you want to concentrate. That's fine. I don't even know who is playing at the Olympic Games. I think I saw on Twitter somewhere in France, houses going up in flames. I don't know honestly what is happening out there, but hey, once this is going to be less than an hour broadcast. Once I'm done, then I'm going to go and watch that game. But no matter what, I think on this, honestly, people, there is no two ways about it. The government must come down from its high horse. Obviously, we didn't know that it's going to get like this. Now we know because the the man before now told us. But
ABC Nigeria, Nigeria from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom. This one is say don't tumbling. I'm doing water. Everything is not funny. They will play with water. I play. My neighbor press ball.
oh, like play, people. That's the much I can take. Let's go and watch the Olympic game. I appreciate your time. Join me on Sunday as we will be having opening ceremony. Okay, I don't know. Wandu says it's opening ceremony. So let's go and crack on with that. On Sunday night, 7 o'clock, is the D-Day. We are going to be having an interesting conversation. I'll have my guest, the DG Director General of the Governors Southeast Governors Secretariat. It's going to be my guest. We will have a lot of conversations, a lot of things you didn't know that was happening in terms of development and other activities happening around that area. There's going to be a lot of revolution. It's a Zoom meeting. You can join if you so wish, and or you can wait for us here and we can take your questions. It's going to be an hour program and we're going to be on the ball. Thank you very much for being my guest this evening. I am still Maazi.
La la la.